Hello and welcome back to Let's Play the Guardian Legend. Today we're taking on the last area, Area 10. And the wide beam kind of makes this a little annoying to do. So, yeah, you're seeing that right. That's a red clawbot that they're sending after us. Before we hop in here, I'm just gonna jump over here just to show this shop off. If you're missing any of these power-ups, you can grab them, but we're full, so we're not even gonna bother. Grenade or Fireball? Fireball worked out way better last time, so I think I'm gonna use Fireball. Also, unseen, off camera, I got our final point-related level up. I guess Fireball is better because it can destroy these lasers, so you can kind of sit in one spot and just shoot fireballs. Then you get nicked. And then it kind of becomes a bit much. I guess the only nice thing is that Fireball does the job right away as opposed to the grenade, which takes a moment to go out and explode. I gotta really watch these enemies that are like getting up on me. Maybe I can get a lucky full restore. You know, I really shouldn't ask for it because then it's never going to happen. And oh, well, fucking speak of the devil. There's not really much to talk about in these final couple corridors. It's just a lot of crap being thrown at you all at once that does a lot of damage. And that's, I guess, the unfortunate truth about old school shmups. Is that difficulty is just the amount of stuff that you have to deal with. Ah, Gradius. Well, when you remember how to deal with Gradius, Gradius is not hard. Once the cover's off, we switch to the side swords, do a ton of damage that way, and the fight is almost over and is done. Yep. I kind of like that though. I like a slightly easy boss after how hard that corridor is. I don't mind hard bosses, I don't mind hard levels, I just hate when they're put together. Ah, this is what I've been waiting for. We've been 3 power for so long, and now we're 4. It's not super apparent, but you can kind of see the difference in how fast I'm killing stuff now. Oh, no time to wait. Also, this is where I'm going to show off Chaser 4, or Chaser 3. So this guy is ridiculous, but look at Chaser 3. The reason why you use Chaser 3 on this guy is because he just flies around so fast and fires out these homing shots that are super good homing. And you just can't deal with it. However, you may have noticed the downside to Chaser 3 in that it drains your chips. And another defense up. We don't need. We'd rather have another power-up. I'm just killing some of these enemies just to show off the difference between Strength 3 and Strength 4. Okay, these guys still take forever. But still pretty big difference there. Area 10 goes back to sort of early area design in that there are no side paths here. This is just one very long area. We're gonna hit up this checkpoint, just in case we die. And up here, we actually have the clue. Keep firing, and the seal will be removed. Now, I don't know if this is actually... So, somebody in the thread mentioned that the translation for one of the seals was a bit off, in that what you actually have to do was shoot the title corridor at the top of the screen. I don't know if this is the one or if it was a different one or what have you. I don't know why I'm farming points. I should just stop. I'm not going to get another level. So we're just going to keep going. Last time up was incorrect, so I'm going to go up this time. Oh, well. Guess we got to go back. As far as points go, I think the next level up would be at... God, I'm kind of zoning out looking at the point total. 3 million. So, it's not really worth it unless I stand there and farm chips points. Plus, we've seen all these enemies. Doesn't really do much to stop and fight them. But we do have one more sub-boss. And this is kind of interesting because it's the glider from Corridor 6. However, we have gotten a lot stronger since we fought this guy as a real boss, so he's even less of a threat now. And all we get are some enemy erasers. You could really just skip that guy altogether. Whoop. Want to get in before that red claw bot kills us. Preemptively switching to fireball. And let's just get shooting. I do it this way because I think this one might be the corridor title one, or it might just... Either way, this will work. That's it. Let's get started. The final corridor. You know what? I think the bullet shield is actually going to be better for this. Alright, just for that part though. So note, during that first early part with all the meteors, use bullet shield. So I do like how this starts off really slow, and then by the end here we're going like intro level speed. You can't even pick up power-ups. They go by so fast. Well, I guess you can. I'll continue to just save false information. Oh, that's fucking perfect. And then, in standard The Guardian Legend fashion, it slows down. Though this isn't quite the snail's pace that we're used to. Though I'm waiting for that enemy siren to go off in a second. Nope, we got more enemies. There we go. So the boss this time around is a second Grim Grant. However, this one's lasers are actually a bit weaker, so you can actually just use fireballs, stay below him, and just sort of damage race him. And if you're lucky and you get a good item drop, you're even better. But yeah, Grim-Grin, pretty easy. Not as hard as the first Grim-Grin. And that's it. We've beaten all the corridors. Is what I'd like to say. We actually have one more left. Because all we've done is just take off all the seals. And you'll have to excuse me while I execute some speedrun strats. That way we don't have to walk back out the corridor or area. So what was I saying? Ah, yes. All we've done is removed the seals. We're still on Naju. This is more or less your Super Metroid bomb escape timer, whatever. Except there's no timer. Though, no, you know what, I'll be fine. However, I am going to check in at our save point down here. At the overworld save point. Well, not overworld, the area 0 save point. There we go. Now it's time. It's time to finish it. And where to? But the empty room from before. Kind of like that, because, alright. So here's the thing. If you note, all the corridors have had this sort of entrance to them. So you can kind of figure that out, you know, early in the game. But, let's get to it. So, Corridor 21 is your escape mission. You know, all the seals have been taken off. You gotta get out, but Naju isn't letting you get away that easily. It's sending all these enemies that you fought before at you. A lot of the early ones are going to be pretty simple. So for instance, the Flipa, I think is how you say that guy, the fish. And that's just a matter of, you know, shooting him about 5 times and then he dies. This guy, which I believe was Corridor 4, goes down just about as easily. Next up we have a, you know, level 1 Gradius. And I think 1... No? Okay, we need 2. But there you go. The front's already off. We know what to do at this point. Who's next? Okay, that's actually an issue. But we do know our new cool strat for this guy. The real threat right now is avoiding his bullets and the meteors. And you want to try and get as many shots in on him as you can to make sure that he dies before you do. There you go. Ah, a Grim-Grin. You know what, I just realized that earlier in the video I was calling Igor Grim-Grin. Yeah, the other boss that we were fighting all this video is actually called Igor. Whoops. It's hard to keep track of all these weird names. So, Grimgrin here is actually a good time to sort of recover if you need it, which I kind of do. God, I can't remember, the Beholder always kind of messes me up a little bit. And then he goes into his super mode, which we're going to deal with the same way we always do. Just excessive use of... There we go. And now we're strong again. Ooh. You do still want to avoid that contact damage because it's still pretty frightening. There we go. And the Grimgrin is down. Then we get this guy. We know how to deal with this guy. And as long as you keep firing while using your side beams here, you can avoid getting hit by meteors, which are the real damage dealer. Honestly, this is the worst part of the whole thing. Every other boss either goes down fast enough or is, you know, difficult, but the satellite here just kind of takes forever. And that's it! We've escaped. It's like, that's it. That's the end of the game. We get a little, you know, as good as late 80s NES can do for you escape sequence here. And that's it. You get a little sort of triumphant romp through space. But what's this? The actual final boss of the Guardian Legend. This guy, in all the material that I looked through, except I never quite been able to find a original manual, doesn't have a name. I suppose because they didn't want to ruin his existence. I, just looking at him, feel like that this is actually Naju. Just the way it has the eye and it's blue and all that. During these early parts of the fight, you just want to try and get as much damage in as you can. The hands don't do too much to you, and the stuff that he's flinging off everywhere sort of gives you a good recovery from any damage that you take. Fireball, as I'm showing right here, is your best weapon for this due to its piercing. Spinning shot may also work, but this is just so much better for getting through everything. The hands do contact damage, but it's mostly negligible, and you can just ignore them. But then he starts getting mad, and you kind of want to... It's more the same, but you have to be a bit more cautious. He is throwing out way more stuff. Luckily, the fireball is just such a good weapon that it destroys it. And when he's red, he goes completely berserk. And he's sending out tons of ships, tons of debris, But luckily these later parts don't have as much health, and that's it. That's actually it. That is the end of the Guardian Legend. I love this game. There's not really much more I can say than that. The game for late 80s, gotta think about that. The NES has been out for 3 years, and they somehow made 2 working systems of gameplay. Mind you, it could just be, oh well, we replaced the sprite and now you can move in 8 directions, but it worked. It worked really well. The game isn't super hard. It has its moments, you know. The Beholder, the corridors in areas 9 and 10, Grimgrin can be pretty hard. But I feel like the fun of the gameplay and just, you know, even at the end they're giving you like, here's more stock of chips, you're super strong now. It has a good pacing to it. In the corridor, like, the weird, now it's hard, now it's easy thing that the corridors do. Maybe not that, but... However, this isn't actually the last video of the LP. Because there's another mode, if you use this password. That will be our actual final video. So, until then, I'll see you next time.